Okay, after a little bit of a break from this truck, it's time to get back in it. It's about 5 weeks before we're heading it, loading this in the trailer and headed for Houston, hopefully. So I got quite a bit to do on it still. This weekend's project, it's Friday night. I've got a handful of things I need to do. Gonna break into it nice and slow. I've got this mega fuse right here that I need to change. When I originally put it together, all I had was a 200 amp and nobody had another one, so we'll put the correct 80 amp fuse in it here so we don't start any major fires. The only other things under the hood, the inner fenders will get replaced. These are the ones that have been in it forever. They're rusty in a couple of the usual spots. I have some new ones. The bottom sides are painted, but I haven't painted the insides of them yet, so I'll get that done here in the next week or two. What else needs to be done under here? I need to finish hooking up the windshield washer pump. Mostly just clean it again. I've got construction going on 3 sides of me now, so the dust and dirt around here is just unreal. Even with all the doors closed and in the house, it's just impossible to keep anything clean, especially as dry and as hot and as dusty as it's been this summer. But the weekend project is doing the front axle. Got to re-gear it to match the rear. The front's 373. I'll change it to 410. While it's all apart, I'll get the calipers replaced and the brakes and just clean everything up. It's kind of grungy under there. Probably can't really see it. Probably doesn't look too bad in the camera, but you know, the tie rod end's a little crusty, the axle's crusty, the ball joints are crusty. I think both knuckles need to be sandblasted and repainted. I've got a new differential cover for it. This one would never seal. I've got new spring bushings. Get rid of these ugly red ones. New U-bolts. Yeah, probably just everything will get cleaned up and painted or replaced or whatever, just to make it match the rest of the truck. The only other things on the underside that need to be done is I got to change the bolts on the transfer case covers. I think they're all leaking through the threads, so I've got some stainless button heads to match everything else. So we'll replace those. Get some sealant on the threads. I think I got to tidy up the exhaust system a little bit more cleaning on the underside. Oh yeah, it looks like I still need to paint the slip yoke on the front drive shaft. Clean up the springs. What else? I need to finish the park brake cables. Yeah, I think that's not a ton, but more than I'm really overly excited about. But anyway, it's time to get after it, and we'll get the camera set up. We'll get this up in the air and get to work. Okay, Saturday morning. Got quite a bit done last night. As you can see, I got the wheel ends are all tore down. I got the ring and pinion is in. Still need to finish setting up the backlash. And I will do that a little later today while I'm waiting for paint to dry on these other components. Over here on the back bench, I have the steering knuckles. Washed all the grunge off of those. Gonna press out the ball joints and then sandblast or bead blast the steering knuckles. Get those repainted. They're pretty crusty, as you can see. Got the one axle bead blasted. A little bit more cleanup on it. It'll be ready to repaint. This axle will be a little bit more difficult to bead blast because it's so long. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But it'll, as you can see, it's pretty crusty and definitely needs to have something happen with it. So I'll get that figured out. Might even just drill a hole in the bead blaster so I can stick the end of the shaft out so I can sandblast all of, or bead blast all of this stuff. Let's see, what else do I have to show you? Got new rotors and new calipers that I'll get painted, and we'll replace this other stuff that's kind of old. Also, once while I'm waiting for paint to dry, when I get those done, I'll pull these springs out and change the bushings in it and the bolts. And then, as you can see, the shackles are pretty crusty, so they'll get bead blasted and painted as well. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'll get these, I'll just get rolling. So next update, hopefully we'll have a lot of this other stuff done and have it close to go back together with a whole bunch of new painted parts.
All right, to continue the progress, we got to go backwards on this truck. The bed's coming off today to be able to finish stuff with the fuel tank, do some work on the bed. Dad, what was all the reasons the bed needed to come off? What are you all planning on doing?
Wash the bed really good on the inside so we can re-dye it, but I don't want water hitting the rest of the truck, because then I have to start over on detail and everything. And then we need to respray the underside of the bed.
You just doing undercoating, or you doing rhino lining?
We'll just do the rattle can bed liner stuff. So it just seems to hold up well. It washes well and covers well. So we'll do that, and then I need to sand and polish both bed sides, and while that's off, I'll clean up a couple of details on the fuel tank that we didn't have time to do before pictures. So I knew the bed was going to have to come off. There was only 4 bolts in it, so and then we need to change the rear bumper brackets, and just a couple little odds and ends.
Okay.
While the bed's off, so the bed comes off so easy that there's no reason to try and fight it. So, and we just do a better job and keep the rest of the truck clean while we're at it. So,
Okay.
but yeah, this is the last big thing on the truck. There'll be a couple other odds and ends, a little bit of touch-up paint to do once the bed's done. But overall, this is the last big thing before the truck goes. So
Yeah. Isn't it 3 weeks from today when we leave?
yesterday,
3 weeks from yesterday when we're headed to Houston.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, we're leaving the 10th, so probably the afternoon of the 10th. So
Okay.
I hope to be somewhere in New Mexico before we stop and sleep Friday night. So
Okay. All right. Yep. So we got it coming off. I got other things they got going on today, so hopefully he'll get good video for you while I'm gone.
maybe we'll see. I'm in it, so how good is the video be?
He says if he's in it, how good can the video be? Oh my gosh. Yep. All right. Well, we'll let him get at it. I'll get some camera set up for some time lapse of it all, and I'll leave the rest up to him.
Perfect.
We are in the final home stretch. It's been kind of a mad dash to get everything finished. Since pictures, it looks like we went backwards, but sometimes you gotta go backwards to go forwards. This is one of the new inner fenders. Just got painted this week and they're in. Everything on the engine compartment just got thoroughly cleaned. We also had the heater valve right there. Switched that from the factory style that bolted on the inner fender right there. This just works a whole lot better, and it cleans it up, gets all the lines tucked out of the way. Still got to do a little bit of polishing on this bedside from wet sanding it. The hood has been wet sanded. We got the tailgate pretty well done. Got to put the trim that goes right there on. Got the fuel fill done. That was kind of a chore for him. Had to keep working with this portion of it right here. Let me get some light on the situation so you can see better. Right there where you can see the hinge and their paint's kind of missing right now. Had to keep working with that so that this light would close all the way. It's just got a cabinet style magnet, 2 of them that pops in and out. Works really well. That's what we have on my truck too. Works awesome. Right now we got Kendall working. Oh, too late. You're already in the video. Working on the upper molding to go right here, and just got a bunch of little odds and ends still to go. It's pretty much the last day. We are leaving tomorrow. The truck goes across the auction block in 9 days. It's Thursday. We leave tomorrow, Friday. And then a week from Saturday is when it goes across the auction block. So We're in the home stretch to get it all ready to go. All right, here's the final video before we load it up. We were like 5 minutes away from pulling it into the trailer. Everything is done. Use a little bit of a dust down, but we're not gonna do that now because it's just gonna need it when we get there. I'm sure it's gonna get really dusty in the trailer for the drive from Utah to Texas. It's all looking really good. This bedside's done. I mean, it's just, oh, there you go, right in the camera. You can see all the metallic this paint has. We're fighting to get good upper moldings right here. Took like 6 sets, but we finally got some good new ones. Yeah, the rhino lining, we did some rhino line renew. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but the whole bed just shines. That's why we got the moving blankets down, so we can put a few things in it. And then when we get to the show, we can just pull the truck out, already have some of the big things we need in it to pull right in. Yeah, it's ready to go. Load it up in the trailer and throw our bags in and get on the road.
Let's see you get out. Watch that belt of yours.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, you can push however hard you need to. Because it just pushing on the button itself. Rather than molding, so it'll be fine. I can't remember how I did it, but I know I've done this.
Luckily he's skinny.
Yeah, you might have to go up and into the bed. Up and into the bed.
I think he's okay. You could try.
Well, because your butt's got to go through the upper part of the door, so you miss the door panel. Gonna work. Maybe it's through the window. I don't remember how I did it. You remember how I did it? Because we've had this in the enclosed before.
I know. He's got to shut both doors really good. I think you had your shoes off, so.
Oh, that's a good idea. Then I won't scratch paint.
Yep. You drag your socks across everything, will be just fine.
Your buckle or your belt or your.
Your buckle or your.
Yeah, maybe you should untuck your shirt.
Yeah, that's exactly how I
Hey, monkey boy.
Now I got to ring and tang back in to grab my shoes.
I was gonna say you should have dropped him out on the floor. Watch your belt buckle.
Here we go.
You want me to bring him to you?
For just a second, I gotta roll the window back up. Or can we just take a move? Where's Dad go?
That way. Good thing you're young and limber. I wonder if it's easier while you're on the ground right there, if you can get out of the truck and... You want me to turn it off or keep recording?
They're right there. Oh. So I'll just go like.
Watch your boot with the. And he's got to roll up the window.
Or can we close up moving?
Hey, I bet you could roll the window right like that. Yeah?
Good idea.
Then you can go back in and we can get your boots. That new weather stripping.
Alright, this is the final time that this truck will be on our property. It's all strapped down, ready to go. Yeah, it's spent so much time. We got microfibers around the ratchet straps, or the axle straps. The front's even got padded axle straps, and we still put microfibers. Bed's full of stuff that we need, all protected. Won't damage the bed with those moving blankets. It's all here. We're ready to roll. We're probably 10 minutes away from rolling out. Probably make sure we got the last everything and we're not forgetting anything at all, because that sucked going all the way to Houston and then realizing we forgot, I don't know, our toothbrush, something simple like that. So we're getting it all loaded up and we'll be heading on the road. We'll be getting it all ready. Thanks for watching. We'll be sure to get some video and some description about what happens at Barret Jackson to share. Yeah, thanks for watching. Look forward to, please look for our next video. Thanks.